Hi friends, so today we are having a special guest with us who had been missing in action for a long time. Please welcome Professor. Wait a minute, did you say special guest? Do you think that with your sugar coated scripts, your rational realistic self will be able to come here and spare a moment to talk about his mind? And I did watch that top 5 and that's the reason I'm here. Oh, am I expecting a compliment? Is this that moment for which I've been waiting for a long time? I don't know what you're expecting, but let me tell you that it was probably the most worthless and narcissist piece of 10 minutes that I've watched in my life. Goodness gracious, would you please like to qualify that? Because I think that's pretty serious stuff you're talking about. I'm so glad you're talking about serious because I don't think there was anything serious in whatever you doled out. I mean, to be honest, the whole underlying message of the whole script was basically I am rich. You were basically saying what I can afford. I mean, what's so great and beautiful is in something which you buy for such a high value, and then you say that okay, this is beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. You've bought it at such an expensive price, and it's going to perform well. Now, what's the big thing in that? I would say that if something which you bought for such a high price is not performing well or doesn't look beautiful, probably you are the greatest piece of bullcrap I've seen. Now, I would like to see the choices which you have made, the expensive purchases which you have made, which don't perform well. That is something which I would like to spend my minutes on. I mean, just listen. If he's able to afford something and he tells you that this is what I like, just ask one pertinent question. How many of you will be able to afford the kind of choices that he's made? And won't you be more interested to know the kind of goof ups that he's done with his purchases? That would be interesting, no? The kind of money he spent on a purchase and then says, no, I don't like it. You're bound to research well for a price which you're paying. What's so great in that? So as regards the top 5 is concerned, I would say that the top 5 choices would be the ones which are truly affordable, which are the underdogs, which perform really well, which can be bought from the market easily by one and all. So that is what I would say the top 5 choices are. Okay, you can stratify them. I am not against rich. I don't take it that way. It's not about classes and masses. What I'm trying to say is that there is a minority who can afford probably the more valued positions, but there are certain value for money picks which I think should be brought to fore. Now those are the things which we should talk about, the ones which are which can be commonly picked up by people. My God, he didn't let me sneak in even a word. I think he should get going. He's going to take quite a lot of time for all his choices spread up in front of him, and I truly hope that once he's gone with his rant, it will be pretty obvious how pointless all the wait for his excursions have been. My friend, I don't care for attention. I'm pretty happy with my solitude. I'm just here to make a point, and well, it's really useless to keep arguing with you. This can't really stop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to present my top 5 choices of entry level pens, and I'll tell you why it is there in the top 5 list and why it is not the top 1 until I reach the top 1. And then I'll quickly go through the first jump from that entry level pen, which I think everyone should at least have in mind and maybe probably try as per your choices, as per what you've researched on the net. These are probably the pens that this guy has researched, and I think some of them are truly remarkable and should be really considered. Let's get going. Okay, number 5. Now this is Pilot Metropolitan, and probably everyone's first entry level pen. Good snap cap mechanism, durable build, easy squeeze converter. Is it there? Yes, yeah, easy squeeze converter and a good price. Now the positive feedback of this number 5 nib is probably the only negative feedback of everyone about this. Yes, dad jokes, nobody else likes to hear, so you are the one going to hear that. And that small ink capacity, well, that is again one negative part. The latter can be managed by adding a converter to the whole setup, but what can't be managed is really the small nib, which sometimes may not be the favorite of everyone. Now second is the Twisby Eco Tea. Why not Twisby Eco? Well, it's your personal choice. What I like about this is being piston filler, reliable nib, lovely colors. Well, you get a multitude of colors, and the transparent barrel and a good grip. It does guide you for a good grip there. Yep. and well, decent size, and these are the pluses, but cost a bit high for an entry level pen. And secondly, the cracking material, many people have a problem with that. And number 5, nibs, not truly my favorite, so this does find spot in number 5 but at level 4. Now the number 3 is a Lotus Student. Well, this is a decent quality material, it's a good design, I really like this design, and this is a 3-in-1 mechanism, like you can have cartridge converter and then eyedropper also. It's a handmade pen with a reliable number 6 Yovo nib. Now all these things are the pluses, but it is slightly high on the pocket, it's not very affordable entry level pen, and I have occasionally seen a bit of fungus on the barrel which was pretty tough to remove. And the good thing about this pen, apart from every other thing, is the good customer feedback of the company, Lotus Pens, run by Mr. Arun Singhi. Now this gets interesting because the next pen is the one which I like very much, and this is a Kendall Desire. Now it's a light, good sized acrylic pen, it has got a good number size nib, and which is simply superb in the performance. And what you throw into that is a multitude of nib options which are given by the manufacturer, and these are the OEMs for a lot of pens. Now they don't disclose what all, but then they are doing good OEM manufacturing for a lot of pens. And it has got a good concave writing section which I like this writing section, and it's got a very good service support, and at a cost price of about 9 to 10 USD, it's lovely. This is really lovely. Now before I go further up to the top one, let me first come to the honorable mentions, and no points for guessing. One of the good honorable mention would be a Lamy Safari. Well, it is debatable why this would not be in the main list, but just that my preference is for the other nibs. But look here, it's a lovely snap cap, it's got a replaceable slide of nib, and you got multiple options on nib also, and it's got a very durable material. I understand for many this would be the number 1 choice, and I completely agree with them. Now another honorable mention would be a Asan Akka. Now, this again is a handmade pen from Indian pen maker ASA Pens. It's a boat shaped, you can see, canoe shaped, with threads right at the base of the writing section. Now it's modeled on classic Oldwin pen and named Naka for this boat shape which I just told you. It has a Yovo nib and a 3-in-1 filling mechanism. Again, you have cartridge converter and eyedropper, and it comes in both acrylic and ebonite. Retails close to about 30 USD, negative customer support, and there have been many complaints regarding that. It's a big issue with many. Otherwise, it's a well-made product. And lastly, this is a Kendall Heritage. It's a piston filler mechanism, and it's got a number 6 nib, it's got an ink window, and a great performing nib. I tell you that Kendall nibs are very good performer. And why is it not in the main list? Because, well, there's already one Kendall there, and I like that one better. That said, now I will come to the number 1, and if you can get hold of this Airmail 71 JT with a Syahi nib. Okay, now this nib is either a Syahi steel nib, this one is a titanium one, or this one is a steel one. So it can come in choices, or you can get one threaded for your Bock nib also. But this titanium nib and the Syahi nib, which have been tuned personally by the vendor, by the seller, are the one which are really icing on the cake. Now it's a jumbo transparent tank, and that's how JT is there, jumbo transparent, and this kicks off right from the word go. As I mentioned, the nibs have been individually tuned and heat set, so I've never seen this eyedropper pen burp. The material is dense, it's not very light, so the material is dense, and it gives you a really good robust and reassuring feeling while you're writing with this. And it's got a good ink capacity, as you can see, probably close to about 2.53 ml, and it is likely to get you through your entire week, I presume. With a price band of about 20 to 25 USD, this may be a bit more than a Metropolitan, or probably much more than a Desire, but I feel it's extremely value for money. So that completes my list of my top 5 entry level pens. Now if I have to go to the next next jump from the entry level, now I've cut down this list to about only 3. It's a long price band and the choices are in. My number 3 in this next jump is Platinum 3776 Century. It's got good robust acrylics, always a perfect out of the box performing nib and always reliable performance. Now some really don't like the feedback, but if you like smooth nibs, just wait for number 2. But if you like reliable feedback nibs and this slip and seal mechanism of the cap, this reliable performer, every time you open it and it's got ink in it, it will write. It probably will never skip upon you. Now, which I said a smooth nib, can you guess? No points there. This is a FaberCastell Loom, one of the best tuned nibs with a design that is so minimalistic and admirable for a performance and functionality. One of the only metallic writing section that is not slippery for my writing preferences, but now it's pretty difficult to find in retail stores in India. I don't know, there's probably no distributor available, but this is a very nice pen. And number 1 are my custom pens from Lotus. Now Lotus pens does have a very formidable lineup of some very well made pens, and I like the ones that Mr. Arun makes, but my preference is for the one which have been made from custom blanks as per the personal preferences. Now take for example this Lotus student in aluminite that has a it does come with a spare section also. This one is for a Yovo nib, but then I asked him and I got a spare section for a Bock nib also, probably for a Kenrate also you can get them, or since I'm talking about a lot of pens, this large custom made pen in Schaefer balance style with a Pelican 800 nib, or for that matter this pen in custom blank which takes a Yovo nib. Again it's been very well made. Now talk about this Honeydew. Again this one has been made in the shape of a Lotus Vikrant, but then this is in my personal choice of custom blank, and then it comes without the cap. Or Lotus or Stardust, this again is a custom design. It's a big oversized pen, but it sports a Yovo nib. And finally I am doling out these choices because these are the options which you can get for custom blanks. So this is an oversized pen which takes a number 8 titanium Bock nib. Now you have to be patient with the manufacturer because all these are custom orders and they sometimes take time. I am not against expensive choices, but those are really suitable and sometimes unachievable for a lot of you, and will forever keep you desirous and focused on attaining them than actual life goals. Maybe there is a time and place for some indulgences, but then likely not all of you are going to even try an Emperor, or even if you do, majority won't toss it freely into their pockets or backpacks without thinking twice about their safekeep. I am through. Peace.